Mr. Guy Goodwin Gill has done that very clearly. The law does not prevent, international law does not prevent UNHCR. In fact, it positively encourages UNHCR to provide protection to the residents of Camp Ashraf. There is no barrier from the perspective of being former combatants, even if some of them were, or from their political opinion that they hold. Protection cannot be conditional. The history of UNHCR's mandate is a history of flexibility. UNHCR has, on many occasions in its 60 years of history, stretched its mandate, interpreted it in a manner in which it has allowed the United Nations to provide protection to people in need. So why isn't it doing that now? So my plea is that UNHCR has to take a look at the humanitarian situation on the ground. UNHCR did not hesitate to aid 10 million refugees who came out of my country in 1971. I'm talking of Bangladesh. So here we have 3,600 people. That is not an enormous burden. It is in fact an obligation on the part of UNHCR. Now there has been talk also about whether people can be relocated inside Iraq. Forcible relocation is a very dangerous thing. People are not commodities to be moved against their will. Forcible relocation increases the risk of injury and death. And it is not clear where the people would be moved or who would take care of them. And certainly, the residents cannot trust the government of Iraq to give them protection and assistance in any other location in Iraq when it has failed to give them protection where they are now. And relocation could lead to more bloodshed. And I'm saying that as a refugee worker myself, having worked in refugee situations for 21 years and having seen situations where forcible relocation led to, in fact, greater risk for the individuals. So that is no answer for the residents of Camp Ashraf. So what needs to be done? I think we have all said it, but let me repeat it again. First and foremost, immediate protection to the people where they are. And that responsibility rests with the UN High Commissioner for Refugees. Yes, it is important that it be done in coordination and cooperation with the United Nations, but the responsibility is a distinct, clear and independent responsibility of the High Commissioner. Here I look to the European governments. UNHCR needs an indication from you that you will be willing to provide resettlement. I would also say that there is nothing to prevent the United States government, setting aside the question of delisting, there is nothing to prevent the United States government from indicating support to the United Nations. I think an indication like that from the United States government will go a long way to pushing the United Nations to move fast. And my question is to the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, to the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, to the United Nations UNAMI operation, and to the governments, European and the US government. Are you going to wait, or are you going to move and do something about it? Thank you.